Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. This is an example of why our leaders are afraid of referenda. They don't want to conduct any referendum. Why? Because the population will vote against the way they will vote, the way they vote in the Senate, in the House, the government, whatever decision they make. Many times with the important issues in our societies and our lives run against our interest. Therefore, they don't like referenda. But I tell you, a country that really liked a referenda, or at least a little, how should I put it, survey. And the survey is, right, a survey that would help the government lead, and that is Hungary. This is not the first time when the Hungarian government asked its citizens to have their say on an issue. And then they say, look, this is how the population wants us to move, left or right. So let me show you. This is an article coming from Ukrainska Pravda, where the Ukrainians voted in if they should support militarily and continue giving aid or any kind of support to Ukraine. So then the Hungarian government knows what to do. And it's going to use this, the will of the people, democracy, that the European Union loves so much when they're winning. And they say, look, this is it. The people spoke. Let me show you. Please pay attention at semantics, what kind of words they use here to exemplify that actually this is just a garbage thing. Here it is, Ukrainska Pravda. Hungarian government publishes poll with 98% allegedly supporting its anti-Ukrainian policy. Well, it's not alleged. It doesn't allege. It doesn't allege. It is as it is. It's a result that you don't like. Therefore, you said allegedly. The government publishes a poll. So they conducted a poll. This is the result. This is what the people say. According to the government, according to that, you can say allegedly. Allegedly, when someone said something like, no, take that out. It was an opinion, a poll, a survey. They didn't like the outcome. Therefore, allegedly. 98%. Give it 90%. Give it 85%. How much you want me to give you? 20%? I'm not going to give you that one. Again, when the Ukrainians are conducting opinion polls or votes or anything like that, that's A-okay. That's perfectly valid. Why? They would never lie. The same with the Americans. They would never lie. When someone that these guys don't like at that particular time, they might like them tomorrow, but now they don't like them. If they don't like them today, they will say, allegedly, supposedly, strong men, this and all the useful garbage they use to try to shape our opinion. So this is 25th of January 2024, and these are the suspects, right? Peter Szijjártó, the foreign minister, and here is Viktor Orbán, the prime minister of the great country of Hungary. Very smart right here, very smart, very ballsy, and very smart and very ballsy as well. Unfortunately, Hungary, I don't know if it's really unfortunate but I will say what I want to say and then I will say if it's fortunate or unfortunate. Unfortunately, Hungary is a small country. Now, unfortunately for them, but fortunate for the neighbors. Because if Hungary would be Poland, I think Hungary would be at it a long time ago. If you know what I mean with the neighbors, I need that, and give me that. But since they are, 10, 11 million people, 9, around that area, okay. Let's try different ways. The Hungarian government has published the results of a survey in which 98% of respondents, again, the second time, allegedly support the anti-Ukrainian policy of the Hungarian government. No, they support the pro-Hungarian policy of self-interest. Oh, do you want me to look for your interest because you don't look for my interest? Is that how it goes? So these guys expect the Hungarians to forget about, like these imbeciles, forget about their interest in the name of these guys' interest. But they will not do the same thing for you. So what's that? I don't know what that is. baboonism, in particular regarding the war in Ukraine. And I'm not quoting details here. The survey, called National Consultation, perfectly, fantastically legal, contained 11 questions about the war in Ukraine, the EU, the foreign and economic policy. Voting on it is not verified in any way. Is this what you say, or this is what reality is? Anyway, the results of the consultation, quote unquote, show that in each of the 11 questions, the absolute majority, 97.5% and more, supported the position of the Hungarian government. Hooray! The Fidesz government party separately emphasized that 98% of the Hungarian voters supported a ceasefire and peace for our neighbor. Who wouldn't want that? Do you want war over there? There are some that want over there. Instead of supplying weapons, as well as opposed, quote-unquote, migrant ghettos, and favored, and I'm quoting, strengthening regulations for the protection of children. Excellent! Who could be against that one? And you know what they're referring? They're referring with that kind of ideology. Judging by the published data, more than 1.5 million votes were registered in the national consultation of the Hungarian government. This is less than 15% of the registered Hungarian voters and about the same of those who voted in the previous consultation. Okay, you know what it is? They try to minimize it. That's what it is. Okay, yeah, that's true. That's less. All right. It is what it is. What are they going to do? Remember, when these guys are doing here opinion polls, they do it with a poll of what? 1,000 people? 2,000 people? And they say, this is what Americans think, not allegedly. No. An opinion poll found this or reported this, or this found that Americans want to leave the borders open, says an opinion poll of 1,000 people out of a population of 325 million people. And these guys are, it's more than 1.5 million votes were registered in the 1.5 million people versus 1,000 people. Now you make your calculation. Whenever you're going to hear from now on the Hungarians, the Ukrainians coming, an opinion poll came that Ukrainians support war. Yes, 1,000 with an margin of error of 3 points. What? And you consider, we did it from, all the brackets, rich, poor, left, right, whites, and men, women, so on. 1,000? Yeah, so that means you had a sample of about 20 or 100 of each group that you looked into. 100 people. 100. Because you had, let's say, you get gender. 100 men, after you have 500 men, 500 women. Let's say you take it that way. Then what about the guys with the blue eyes and the guys with the brown eyes? What about the fat people and the thin people? What about the midgets? What about the giants? No? What about the cyclops? No, they don't count? Anyway, my point is this. When these guys make an opinion poll, conduct one, the sample is like this compared with 1.5 million votes. So these guys voted, according to the Hungarians, 1.5 million participated. And these guys are, it's less 15%. I don't give a fuck. When you're going to do the same thing in your country, then we're talking. But you're not doing that. You do sample little opinion polls controlled by whom? By the government. Like these guys. So where's the problem? Oh, the Hungarians are lying. Why? Because you don't like their decisions, right? Correct. Mother. Anyway, in addition, as European Pravda previously found out, it was possible to vote at the consultation several times. And even so, this is trying to destroy the legitimacy of this poll. That's why they try to do it, right? And even without the presence of Hungarian citizenship, which allows consultation several times, and even without the presence of Hungarian citizenship, that should be a downfall for them. They want all the Hungarian citizens, not people that are not Hungarian citizens. They would vote against everything he said here, which allows one to express reasonable doubts about the representatives of such a vote. And even without the presence, even without the presence, I got it, my bad. So they say they did not allow non-Hungarians to give their opinion. Why would they fucking allow them to do it? They're not Hungarians. You're not asked. What are you talking about? Oh, the non-citizen Hungarians were not asked. They're not supposed to be asked. They're not supposed to be asked. Got that? Anyway, so here is, my friends, the great country of Hungary. Not too great, because if it gets too great, we got a problem over there. And they have a problem over there. And I know exactly who's got the problems. Everyone surrounding them, but Austria. They have nothing with Austria. Why? It's clear, delimited, where I don't think the Hungarians have any territorial demands from Austria. But everybody else, not good. All right, I think this is a positive thing. I think it's a good thing to have the people say, and vote. But I would do it legally. I would do it in the United States of America. And I heard this argument in Garbage College here by some professors, who this was the counter-argument to my argument. Oh, that means, talking about direct democracy. Because if you talk about direct democracy, that means we would vote every day. We would not be going to work. Yeah, idiot, professor, PhD, but you push it to an extreme. Like that, you will never do anything. Never anything. I'm not talking about voting on every little garbage, how long his cock should be, or her breast implants. I don't care about that shit. All right? Let's talk about 5 or 10 important issues. 1 month, 1 day. Each month, let's say 12. They show up. You don't even have to do it. You do one time with 10 issues. That's it. Or 7, let's say immigration, war in Iraq, support for certain countries, the cutting your balls, and so on, the bathrooms, if you really want that, even that should be a non-issue. Those things with the gender thing, this should be a non-issue. Why? Proportionality. How many? 1%? Fuck it. No, I'm talking about important stuff. 1%. That should be dealt in a different way. But if you want to take that to the vote, they will lose again. I'm talking about these weasels over there, that they are our representatives, and bureaucrats that make all kind of policy put together, and then all right, my friend, here it is. Good job. I'm waiting for this. I want the referenda, as many as we can. The problem is, with the referenda, they have to be fair, or how should I put it, not rigged. How do we do that? We do it with paper ballot, and we do it with observers. That's how we do it. Thank you very much for being with me, and with an ID, but it doesn't really matter at this point, I guess. I mean, when you want to go to a hotel, you want to go board an airplane, you need an ID, but if you want to vote, well, that's no. But they are exclusive. They're not inclusive enough. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.